Good morning, Chips. It's fishing time. It's reading time. Good morning, good morning. Are you our fishy godmother telling us fairy tales? I thought today would be a nice, relaxing Saturday night. I can't read, I'm already losing. So, I know you guys can't read. So, I thought I'd be reading for you. You can't read, that's why I'm reading for you. Not usually a coffee or tea person with a vibe. Maybe I feel I should have a mug or something. Yeah, I actually brought myself... sorry, I was a little bit delayed because I was making myself some tea. And also, I remembered I had that... Remember I told you I had a baby bottle? Right, bye, Flames. I told you I bought like a baby bottle of milk. Okay, sounds really sus. Okay, so I actually wrote this on Discord, but I'll tell the story again. I'm just trying to get the pictures ready. Bear with me. A baby bottle. What? Okay, hold on. Listen. There's a story behind this. Let me just, the one with the teat. It's a teat. Can you read this letter I got from my boss? It starts with a P45. You know, Jackies. I don't think Americans know what a P45 is. They don't have a P45. I'm worried about this story. Okay, wait, before I tell this story, let me just get this picture ready. By the way, is the rain too loud, or the music's too loud or anything? The window's a bit open, that's why the rain is so loud. I can shut the window a little bit if the rain is too... If the rain's too loud, let me know. Hold on. Can you open the window? You want it to be louder? The rain is too scared? Alright, so I'll keep the window. The window's kind of like ajar. It's not really like open too much, so you won't be hearing the rain too loud. Alright, I do want to show you the pictures of the baby bottle milk thing I bought. It's like yogurt milk, I think. Hold on, I'm gonna put it in Discord and then I'm gonna pull it into here. Wowie, do you live in Asia? Because the typhoon already passed Japan. I'm assuming it's the same typhoon, maybe. Alright, I'm gonna put my phone away now. I just needed it for the pictures. Yogurt milk? Like, you know, like a lassi, I guess. Lassies are basically yogurt milk. It's like yogurt, like what do you call it? What do you call like Yakult and stuff like that? Basically, it's got lactic acid in it. Yeah, it's not from Hokkaido. I think I said it was from Hokkaido. I don't think it is. Looks like it's from Kanagawa. Alright, hold on, let me... Like a probiotic. Oh, that's the word! That's the word! Yes, that word. I need to sneeze. cultured milk. Yes, it's milk with culture. Alright, alright, I'm gonna put the picture on here on the stream. Just give me a second. Your Korean family friend kept this stocks, you called it Korean milk. What, like Yakult and stuff? Cleans the pipes. It's like yogurt. Alright, you don't have to say anything weird about it. It's just like yogurt, you know, like it's like, you know, probiotic or whatever. Okay, stare into the light to get you to see that. I usually scrunch up my nose. I scrunch up my nose and like this, and then it disappears. All right, there it is. This is the drink. All right, I was gonna do a taste test on stream. Oh. Okay. Let's see. I'll do. Do you have a baby now? I'm the baby. I don't know why it's in a milk, like a baby bottle with a teat. But let's try it. Let's try it. Right, here it goes, Chips. I'm gonna do a live taste testing of this milk. I was meant to do this like ages ago. All right. Okay. Oh god. All right. Okay. Oh god. It's so weird to put a baby bottle teat in my mouth. I keep giggling. Oh no. Okay. Oh my god. It's actually really nice. It's actually really nice. I just don't think I'm gonna drink this out of a tea. I'm not being able to look anyone in the eye while they drink from this. I think it's just for, like, you know, novelty purposes. Did you warm it up to body temperature first like a proper baby? No, it's cold. It's cold. Wait, hold on. It's actually... I don't think I'd drink it from the bottle, like from the teat. I think I'll just take the teat off and drink it, like with a straw. It's actually nice. It's actually really nice. It's a nice yogurt drink. Holding it like a baby bottle. Wait. Yeah, I think I'm not a baby, so like drinking it from a teat is just, it's just too slow. Like, you'd rather just drink it like a normal adult. Yeah, this is it's nice. It's good. It's tasty. Is it sweet? No, it's like sour. It's like yogurt. It's basically like drinking like milky or like watered down yogurt. Need muscles to drink. Yeah, I'm too lazy. You'd have to like, you have to actually like suck this milk out, because it's like, you know, the teats have like a really small hole, so you gotta actually use your muscles and energy to get this out. Like, I'm too lazy for this. I'm too lazy for this. I actually would rather just drink this from the let's drink this from the bottle itself. I gotta take the cap off. Yeah, you gotta work for it. I don't want to work. I'm trying to enjoy my life. Normal yogurt. It's normal yogurt. Okay, yeah, it's nice. It's great. I'm gonna put... Is it good in tea? Would you put yogurt in your tea, Inev? Babies get muscle training. Well, basically, that's how they train their mouth to Can't you take the lid off? I did take the lid off, so I just drank it straight from the bottle. No, but it's very nice of this company to provide a baby tea, I guess. You try yogurt in tea? Ugh. Alright, I'm just gonna quickly put this drink back in the fridge. I just wanted to like do a live taste test. Alright, we're back. Wait, Matt, what do you mean? How are you gonna explain this? Wait, were you guys able to hear me drink the... Wait, were you able to... Wait, no, wait, that's not why I told you guys to wear earphones! I told you to wear earphones because of the... so you can hear me read in the rain. Wait, you were able to... Wait, did you... You heard everything! What do you mean? What did you hear? You heard the slamming? Surely it didn't sound like sus, did it? It didn't sound like... What did it sound like? I didn't think about it! Wait, I didn't actually... Please, did it sound like weird? It was very loud. No. Oh my god. It was very clear. Wait, did it sound like... What did it... It didn't sound like anything else there, right? It just sounded like it sounded like I was... Did it sound like I was drinking milk from a baby bottle? Please tell me it didn't sound like something else. Please tell me it didn't sound like something else. Surely it didn't sound like anything... It sounded kind of weird, but not super sus. Did it sound like I was drinking from a baby bottle? Because that's... as long as that's... You know, I don't... I'm stuttering, oh god. Oh, Gion, by the way, thank you, Gion, for joining the Overclock memberships. Welcome, Gion! Welcome, Dolly Gion. It sounds like he was sipping too hard. Super slapping! Okay, alright, guys, I'm so sorry for the unprotected slurping sounds. I should have given you a warning and told you there was going to be loud slurping. That wasn't the intention. That wasn't the intention. The sub is already paying off this content. Guys, today was supposed to be a super soft and serious, or serious, like, you know, super soft and calm. Guys, we're supposed to be calm, no giggling today, no silliness. We're supposed to have a nice nighttime reading of fairy tales. No, I did not give an earphone warning. No, it was not a warning. It was not a warning. It was a suggestion, so you can hear the... So you can hear the, you know, the reading and the rain and, you know, relax and everything, because people like rain, right? Stop laughing! It's not funny! It's not funny! Okay? Mr. Andersen. Why are we talking like it's the Matrix, man? Okay. But, hold on.
$4.04 has been fished from June. Thanks for keeping this running. Baby for ASMR was on my 2025 here we are. Thanks, I think.
Thanks, I think. Wait, wait, TTS like actually read that properly? I wasn't trying to do baby bottle ASMR. I'm not dipping into ASMR. No, guys, no. TTS double audio. Yeah. Sorry about that. I'm gonna have to live with it. I'm sorry. But actually, hold on. I could probably fix this. Hold on. You don't have to live with it. Give me a second. I'm just being lazy. Give me a second. I'm not into chupa chat. I wasn't making choo noises. I wasn't doing that. Chupa chat. Sorry, that's so funny. That's so funny. Sorry, that's so funny. I wasn't doing that. Listen, I wasn't. Give me a second. I wasn't trying to be tuber. I'm not doing ASMR content. That's not what I'm doing. I'm not doing that. Give me a second. I'm not doing that kind of content. I was simply trying to... Hold on. Alright, hopefully there should be no more double sounds. I was simply just trying to drink it and give you the live, taste test, remarks. It's not baby ASMR content. No, I'm not going to be doing any ASMR pretending I'm going to be a baby and drinking from a baby bottle. That is weird. No. So that's what they meant by it's Tuesday, innit? You think you're so funny? You think you're funny? You think you've got jokes? You think you're so funny? I'm not gonna do baby ASMR! I'm not gonna do baby ASMR. No, it's not funny. Guys, I'm not doing baby ASMR. Listen. I bought it because I thought it was funny. I thought it was a funny item, just like a funny novelty giggle. Haha, it's a glass baby bottle. Take another sip. No, now I know it's making, kind of sounds. There's no way in hell I'm gonna do that and drink that again. Darkflame, thank you so much for 5 months of Overclock memberships. Thank you. Let's go, W Darkflame. If ASMR won on the 10k sub poll, would we be expecting more of this? I don't know, guys. Are you saying you'd want a cuckoo gaga? Cuckoo gaga! Kind of like... I don't know. I don't know. That's not the kind of ASMR I was trying to do. I was just going to think of like some kind of like... Some kind of immersive one. Like... Didn't really think of a scenario. Should make the poll of democracy? Yeah, because you know how democratic I am. I always let you guys vote. I always let you guys choose. What do you mean? I'm not saying that, but my other half is. So you guys are missing out on peak baby tuber content. Is that what you're saying? You want to hear goo goo gaga? That's what you want to hear. Only if you have Addy in the background saying yosh yosh. Oh god, that's venturing onto very weird territory. Alright, okay guys, no. We're gonna be doing a nice, calm fairy tale reading. You see, we're in it's a nice rainy day. The sun has set. The rain is raining. Not many baby VTubers, certainly an untapped market. And I think we should leave it untapped. Like, you know, I feel like, yeah, we should leave it untapped. Yeah, we shouldn't get into this market, I think. My mum came in while you were making baby noises. Tell your mum that it was the next door neighbor's baby. And you don't know where those sounds came from. It wasn't from me. Cursed out to the nice and comfy stream. I try so hard to do nice and comfy streams, but I always ruin it. I always ruin it. With a loud laugh and cursed things. Addy mothering fish ASMR. Wait a minute. No! No! No, not me! No, not me! I don't want to be the baby! I don't want to be the baby! Maybe you'd like to hear Addy mothering, but I'm not going to be the baby. I'm screaming in my calm, nice rainy stream. I'm screaming. Wilk ASMR. Addy feeding Wilk to her baby ASMR. But no, not me. Not me. I don't want to be the baby. Fish can be the dad. I just feel like I'm not very dad-core. Too late for that? No, well, no, actually, no, because I'm not the baby. Remember? The baby of Aegis-Link is May. Remember? Sorry, I coughed. Exactly, I'd be the uncle. I'd be the uncle. I want to be the baby. Fish, you're literally a British dad. And I said that as well. I told you guys. I'm like a dad. I'm basically dad cool, but I wouldn't be the dad of Aegis-Link. I'm the chips dad. I'm the dad of the chips. I'm an unk. Or am I? A dad or an unk? Please choose. You're the new babu. No, that's May. I told you. May's the baby. Sorry, you just heard my tea sipping ASMR. You're the emo big sister who occasionally complains to your mother, Addy. Well, that's how I feel, right? In Aegis-Link, right? Addy's like the mum. May's the baby. I'm the older sister. Fids is my dad. Sorry, Fish. You need to get over Fids, Leighton. Fids is never going to come back. My daddy is sipping on baby bottle. Okay, do you have to make it sound that cursed? Dad finally found the milk. I feel like you guys make things way cursed than I do. I do not make things that cursed. Daddy sipping on baby bottle. No, why did I even read that? Why did I even read that? Okay, right. Chat reflects a streamer. Okay, no, don't put me in the same boat. I'm not as weird as you guys. You guys need help. And that's why I'm here, because I'm helping you with the free therapy that I give. Sister Fish is what then? Well, that's a different kind of sister. That's a different kind of sister. But yeah, like, don't compare me to you guys. How about you don't compare me to you guys? Because, like, you know, we're at a different level, Chips. Alright? I feel like... You know, you're not... You say that, like, you know, I, you know, make things weird or bad or, like, you know, try to reflect the streamer. But, you know, the thing is, how am I making things weird? Because I'm literally reading messages from you guys. It's not from my head, it's in the chat. chat, so you're the weird ones. What do you mean Fizz isn't coming back? What does this do with ring? What are you talking about? What ring? I don't believe you. You didn't get a ring for Fizz. Who is Fizz? It's a figment of your imagination. Fish is definitely a dad with the way she doesn't pay child support for the tots around here. You guys got pregnant by yourselves. On your own accord. Like, you chose to get pregnant. You chose to get impregned and, you know, give birth to tots. Did I say I was going to bear responsibility for those tots? Chat isn't real, it's all in your head. It's right here! Do you think I'm writing all this down by myself? Oh, hold on, I'm just gonna... Let me drink my... Pregnancy is a two-way street, bro. Actually, oh, I don't know about how the Omegaverse works. Do those male wolves get pregnant by themselves? Are they wolves in the Omegaverse? What is it? Are they humans? Do the men get pregnant by themselves? It's from you pimping out Matt. Matt asked for it. And did Matt get pregnant from being pimped out, Matt? Can you confirm? It's not your fault, Fish. Wake up. Wake up! I'm not gonna let you guys trick me. You retract the statements now, huh, Skit? So you're saying you're part of the Omegaverse and you get impregned? Huh, I see how it is. Maybe you're in the wrong stream, Skit. Maybe you should be going to Land stream. She loves getting, you know, her chat pregnant. Alright, are you sure you want to delve into the Omegaverse pregnancy? Look, I don't. I really don't. Guys, don't talk about it. I'm not interested. Zero interest. And of course, Skit and Zero just posts an impreg. Okay, alright. Okay, alright. Hold on. I'm just thinking about what, which story I should read today. Which one should I read today? Well, they're quite short, so let me see. Okay, let's just read. Does anyone have one that they want me to read, like, in particular right now? Put up a poll. The reverse gap more with a curse talk and the chill BGM. This wasn't supposed to be happening. This wasn't the intention. It's supposed to be a very calm, very soft, very calm and soft. Did you call him my name first? Skit, listen. You guys are the same person. Raccoon, thank you for 5 months of Evercon memberships. Thank you, Raccoon. Out of context, the last 30 seconds are pretty wild. Listen. So what happened was, Chips, they went crazy in the chat, and I was trying to calm them down. The Chips were crying for, like, you know, crying for me to do my duties as a dad and come back with the milk and pay child support. And, you know, I was telling them, listen, I got the milk, and it's in a milk bottle. But I had to test out the product. I had to test out the goods. And the milk was a little bit sour, so I have to go back to the shop. I'll come back another time. That's what happened. Start with the ugly chipling. She drank it all right in front of us. I didn't drink the whole thing. Alright, so I've got about 157 tails at the moment. Hang on. I'm gonna link it in the chat just so you guys can read along with me in case you want to read it while listening. Here you are. So you're saying the chews will return? No, I'm not gonna chew anymore. No. Thank you for the very calm, very soft, very comfy milk chupa chupa. I didn't do chupa didn't. I can't have been that loud. You know? I didn't. I didn't. Oh my god. Oh, you can't read? I know. Okay, for those who can read, you can read along with me. But those who can't read, I will be the ugly duckling. Is that here? Is it called the ugly duckling? Because like you have to understand, the original ones have different titles. The wild swans, maybe. I don't know. I don't know if I don't know what the ugly duckling's called unless you guys know the this version of it. What is what it's the onomatopoeia of like of it's the onomatopoeia of that in Japanese. Will you listen back to your stream to hear what the chiba chiba sound like? I'm gonna cut it out. I'm gonna look back on the stream to cut it out. Okay, you know what? I'm just gonna read random ones. I'm gonna read random ones, alright? So you guys will just have to accept whatever I read. Ugly duckling is 25. 25, okay. Oh, it's there. It's actually called the ugly duckling, okay. Oh god, my voice is not in great condition today, but I'll try my best. Alright. Oh god. Your nails are so slay queen. My nails are always painted blue. Why are you only noticing? I always have blue nails. Get your bottle of tea to drink. No, I'm gonna drink my tea. Hey, it's a calm stream today. It's a calm reading stream. Stop disrupting this calm, nice environment with the rain. Where are my thumbs? They're at the front of the book. How do you think I'm holding this book open? How do you... I don't even know whether I should grace you with an answer or not, because like, how do you hold books if your thumbs are not holding the pages open? Gravity? Okay. Okay. Wait, hold on. They've never read an actual paper book before. You know, I'm starting to think that. Like, have you guys actually read books before? Like, have you ever actually read before in your lives? Like, have you read books in school and stuff, or was that just me? Chips are extra dumb today. I just don't understand. Like, what am I doing wrong? You guys say the chat reflects the streamer as the #1 most intelligent streamer in the entire world, who's won many awards of being the #1 most intelligent streamer, and humble and rich. Like, how did I manage to get you guys here? That's what I'm constantly questioning. Like, how did you guys manage to find me? With your level of, you know, intelligence, with your lack of intellect, how did you even operate, you know, the internet and even find me? Like, I honestly just wonder that every day. Like, I just wonder. God couldn't give you everything. See, that's what I think, right? I feel like the reason why I'm going through this today, is because the baby bottle got me. Mods! Mods! You know what to do. Anyway, so the YouTube algorithm thought for me? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, the fact that you managed to even use YouTube, you managed to wake up today, you managed to open your eyes all by yourself, like, that astounds me. And then the fact that you've managed to find me, like, so the thing is, I feel like what it is that, like, because as the #1 most smartest person in the world, it's my job to educate. It's my job to educate and teach you why you're wrong. And you came here to this stream. You came to my, you know, my YouTube, my streams, my community. Because you knew you needed that extra brain cell that you gained from watching my streams. And it's basically my, like, my, what do you call it? Like, celestial duty to educate the chips. And that, as you know, as the #1 most intelligent streamer, most intellectually stimulating streamer, it's just my God-given duty. Because, you know, I'm also very, you know, family-friendly and Christian as well. So, like, it's my God-given duty to help out dumb people like you guys. YouTube won't let me get away from you. Don't say that you did a sub to my channel because you wanted to. Celestial duty, aren't you a hacker? I try my best to be, but clearly, I can't hack because you guys are in need of free therapy and free education. No, because reading's for nerds. Sure. Are you saying you're not a nerd, Drake? Thank you for the super chat. Truly a virtuous soul. That's exactly what I am. Speaking of dumb, ask Flapjack about the fox later. The fox? As in like an animal? The animal fox? Or like the pub? Alright, guys. Please. It's reading time. Okay, we're gonna calm down. Actually, before I start, can I talk about what happened earlier today? I didn't do enough of a talk before. It's been 1 hour. Okay, I didn't talk enough. I want to talk about yesterday. So yesterday, or maybe today for you guys, I had a performance. I had we in Sind had a live performance in Hyper Japan. We had a live performance in Hyper Japan, and give me 1 second. We had a live performance in Hyper Japan. Give me 1 second. So we had a live performance in Hyper Japan, and some of the chips turned up for that. Did I see any familiar faces? Well, that was my first time seeing the British chips. It was my first time seeing them, and it was so they went to the concert and they took pictures and videos, and they were like, you know, they all enjoyed it apparently, right, guys? Jackus, Inev. Jackus and Ev, did you enjoy it? I think they enjoyed it. It was amazing. Yeah, so they enjoyed it, and I'm really glad they did. Because we worked so hard on putting that together, so I'm really happy. And it sounded alright. Like, there was a few videos and I thought it sounded okay, so I'm quite pleased with it. And yeah, what was I gonna say? they all went to Spoons, which is like a chain pub, afterwards, and they invited me along. Very kindly invited me along with them. And by that, what I mean is, so if you're an overclocked membership, you get access to the VC, and they did a video call on the VC, and they was like passed around the phone and said hi to me. And there's like others in the VC as well. I think Flood was in there, Leighton was in there, Nick joined, and Skit joined as well. It was really nice because like we all got to meet. It was like a meet and greet, but like a reverse meet and greet. So I got to meet the UK chips, and it made me so like, I don't know how to explain the feeling. It really made me feel like, I can't explain the happiness that I felt. It was just so cool that I got to meet the chips. Reverse meet and greet. Yeah. Alright, good night. Good night. I'm glad you got home from work safe. Raccoon, have a good night. Hope you sleep well. Sounded like good fun. Did you get the autographs? Hey, Chips, can I get your autographs? Can you sign my book? No, but no, it was nice. It was nice getting to see, like, you know, familiar faces. Because, like, obviously, like, you know, Jackus, Inev, Flapjack are, like, always around in the chat, right? So, like, seeing them. And also, like, Dunce was there as well. Dunce was there. And, yeah, Dunce is there as well, yes. But Dance isn't like a frequent, like, you know, chip. But it's still good, nice seeing Dance, because Dance is very like active in Discord more than like streams, because obviously streams, my stream times are like 1 AM in the UK. It's the hottest spoons on earth. Like, maybe the aircon was broken. And so it feels so bad you guys like stayed there. But yeah, it was really nice getting to meet the chips and getting to talk to them and seeing their faces. It made me so happy. Like, I don't know what it is. It's just like knowing that there's like, because it's same for Offkai, right? When I saw the chips in Offkai, it's just like, I don't know, like when you, it's kind of like, you know, when you have internet friends, right? Did you guys ever make like internet friends when you were young? Because I did, obviously. Like, you know, when I was a teenager, I was on like internet forums, right? I was on like the anime forums. And I made like a lot of like lifelong friends on my anime forums. And I actually met them like in, you know, IRL at some point, and it's just like so cool that after years of knowing someone, you get to meet them in people. The text people becoming real. Yeah, exactly. Like the people who existed on the internet, they're actually real. They have faces, they have voices, and like, I don't know what it is. There's something about it. It's just so precious, and I was so happy. I'm so happy. I met my best friend online. We've been going strong for over 10 years. I got to help her find a name for her baby. That is... Oh, that's really cute. That's really cute. Oh. I actually... I didn't go, but I was invited to a wedding of so I think I told you guys ages ago that I was like on a Naruto... Like an internet forum. But like on the Naruto section of it. Because back then, that was when Naruto was still airing. So they had different like sections for like different anime. They had like Bleach and other stuff as well, but I was like mainly in the Naruto section of it. And there was I made all my friends on that forum, and there was one couple there, and they were actually like, they started dating like while we were on that forum, and you know, now they're married and they even have a baby. But and so the guy is British and the girl was like Swedish, I think. And she moved to the UK to be with him. And yeah, I was invited to their wedding, but I couldn't make it. But it's so nice to like see those like online relationships met from forums and stuff like turn into like marriages. It's so cool. You still play games with people you met on Halo 3. I didn't make friends on online games. I made all mine on forums. Or just that one forum, basically. But yeah, it's cool that, because to me, right, I feel like streaming is a very similar experience. Because like now forum culture has died out. You don't have forums anymore. You have like Reddit. And maybe you can still make friends through Reddit and stuff. And you know, who uses Reddit? Let's be real. But like, I love that old part of internet culture where you can make, you know, solid relationships with people you meet online. Because they're all like, you know, they're all real people behind the screen. And it's okay if you don't want to be perceived, if you don't want to be seen as a real person, if you want to be anonymous, whatever. But a lot of people actually do put their real selves out there and make friends and stuff. Including me when I was a kid. Teenager. And like, I made so many friends through that. And like, I feel like streaming is kind of my new alternative to that. Like meeting you guys is so... It's so like nice. My vocabulary is very limited. I don't know. I need to think about how I'm phrasing this. I got to meet like so many people at once, I guess. Like everyone who comes to my streams, getting to meet. Can you stop calling me ESL? I'm trying to talk, you know, tell everyone my emotions and feelings right now. You saw me with a mask. I mean, the internet is kind of like a mask. Like, people don't really see your face and they don't hear your voice. At least back in the forum times, right? Unless you were on, like, I don't know, Skype or TeamSpeak or whatever, what people use. But it really feels cool because it kind of feels like a forum culture again, where I'm the forum. you guys are the members of the forum, and I'm the admin. I'm the admin of the forum, and you guys are like the rest of the members, and I'm the admin who's actually like, you know, active in the community. That's what I feel like, and I think it's really cool. If any of us get married, can we name our first child Fish? For the sake of your child, no. It's nicer for the face of the people you spend a lot of time with. Yeah, exactly. Because you guys have seen my face. You see my face every day when I stream. But I don't see your faces, right? So, it was nice to be able to see faces of the chips. It feels so cool. Like, you know, the internet buddies you made, you finally see them offline. I haven't had that experience since I was a teenager, basically, so getting to experience that again is really nice. So thank you for giving me that experience, Chips. Fish will be an awesome name in 20 years. I want my name to be unique to me. Anyway, we have been yapping instead of reading stories, so let's get to reading stories. So you wanted the ugly duckling. Alright, so let's read that. You ready? It was lovely summer weather in the country, and the golden corn, the green oats, and the haystacks piled up in the meadows looked beautiful. The stork walking about on his long red legs chattered in the Egyptian language which he had learnt from his mother. The cornfields and meadows were surrounded by large forests, in the midst of which were deep pools. It was indeed delightful to walk about in the country. In a sunny spot stood a pleasant old farmhouse close by a deep river, and from the house down to the waterside grew great burdock leaves, so high that under the tallest of them a little child could stand upright. The spot was as wild as the centre of a thick wood. In the snug retreat sat a duck on her nest, watching for her young brood to hatch. She was beginning to get tired of her task, for the little ones were a long time coming out of their shells, and she seldom had any visitors. The other ducks liked much better to swim about in the river than to climb the slippery banks and sit under the burdock leaf to have a gossip with her. At arm's length, one shell cracked, and then another, and from each egg came a living creature that lifted its head and cried, "Peep, peep." "Quack, quack," said the mother. And then they all quacked as well as they could, and looked about them on every side at the large green leaves. Their mother allowed them to look as much as they liked because green is good for their eyes. "How large the world is," said the young ducks, when they found how much more room they had now than while they were inside the eggshell. "Do you imagine this is the whole world?" asked the mother. "Wait till you've seen the garden. It stretches far beyond that to a person's field, but I have never ventured to such a distance. Are you all out?" she continued, rising. "No, I declare the largest egg lies there still. I wonder how long this is to last. I'm quite tired of it." And she seated herself again on the nest. "Well, how are you getting on?" asked an old duck who paid her a visit. "One egg is not hatched yet," said the duck. "It will not break. But just look at the others. Are they not the prettiest little ducklings you ever saw? They are the image of their father, who is so unkind he never comes to see." "Let me see the egg that will not break," said the duck. "I have no doubt it is a turkey's egg. I was persuaded to hatch some once, and after all my care and trouble with the young ones, they were afraid of the water. I quacked and clucked, but all to no purpose. I could not get them to venture in. Let me look at the egg. Yes, that is a turkey's egg. Take my advice, leave it where it is, and teach the other children to swim." "I think I will sit on it a little while longer," said the duck. "As I have sat so long already, a few days will be nothing." "Please yourself," said the old duck, and she went away. At last, the large egg broke, and the young one crept forth crying, "Beep, beep." It was very large and ugly. The duck stared at it and exclaimed, "It is very large and not at all like the others. I wonder if it really is a turkey." "We shall soon find out, however, when we go to the water. It must go in, if I have to push it myself." On the next day, the weather was delightful, and the sun shone brightly on the green burdock leaves. So the mother duck took her young brood down to the water and jumped in with a splash. "Quack, quack!" cried she, and one after another, the little ducklings jumped in. The water closed over their heads, but they came up again in an instant, and swam about quite prettily, with their legs paddling under them as easily as possible. And the ugly duckling was also in the water swimming with them. "Oh," said the mother, "that's not a turkey. How well he uses his legs, and how upright he holds himself. He is my own child, and he is not so very ugly after all if you look at him properly. Quack, quack! Come with me now. I will take you into grand society and introduce you to the farmyard, but you must keep close to me or you may be trodden upon. And above all, beware of the cat." When they reached the farmyard, there was a great disturbance. 2 families were fighting for an eel's head, which, after all, was carried off by the cat. "See, children, that is the way of the world," said the mother duck, wetting her beak, for she would have liked the eel's head herself. "Come now, use your legs and let me see how well you can behave. You must bow your heads prettily to that old duck yonder. She is the highest born of them all, and she has Spanish blood. Therefore, she is well off. Don't you see? She has a red flag tied to her leg, which is something very grand and a great honor for a duck. It shows that everyone is anxious not to lose her, as she can be recognized by both man and beast. Come now, don't turn your toes. A well-bred duckling spreads his feet wide apart, just like his father and mother. In this way, now bend your neck and say, quack! The ducklings did as they were bid, but the other duck stared and said, look, here comes another brood, as if there weren't enough of us already. And what's a queer-looking object one of them is? We don't want him here. And then one flew out and bit him in the neck. Let him alone, said the mother. He's not doing any harm. Yes, but he's so big and ugly, said the spiteful duck, and therefore he must be turned out. The others are very pretty children, said the old duck, with the rag on her leg. All but that one. I wish his mother could improve him a little. That is impossible, your grace, replied the mother. He is not pretty, but he has a very good disposition and swims as well or even better than the others. I think he will grow up pretty, and perhaps be smaller. He has remained too long in the egg, and therefore his figure is not properly formed. And then she stroked his neck and smoothed his feathers, saying, it is a drake, and therefore not of so much consequence. I think he will grow up strong and able to take care of himself. The other ducklings are graceful enough, said the old duck. Now make yourself at home, and if you can find an eel's head, you can bring it to me. And so they made themselves comfortable. But the poor duckling, who had crept out of his shell last of all and looked so ugly, was bitten and pushed and made fun of, not only by the other ducks, but by all the poultry. He's too big, they all said. And the turkey cock, who had been born in the world with spurs and fancied himself really an emperor, puffed himself out like a vessel in full sail, and flew at the duckling, and became quite red in the head with passion, so that the poor little thing did not know where to go, and was quite miserable because he was so ugly, and laughed at by the whole farmyard. So it went on from day to day till it got worse and worse. The poor duckling was driven out by everyone. Even his brothers and sisters were unkind to him, and would say, ah, you ugly creature, I wish the cat would get you. And his mother said she wished he had never been born. The ducks pecked at him, the chickens beat him, and the girl who fed the poultry kicked him with her feet. So at last, he ran away, frightening the little birds in the hedge as he flew over the palings. They are afraid of me because I'm ugly, he said. So he closed his eyes and flew still farther, until he came out on a large moor, inhabited by wild ducks. Here he remained the whole night, feeling very tired and sorrowful. In the morning, when the wild ducks rose in the air, they stared at their new comrade. What sort of duck are you? They all said, coming round to him. He bowed to them and was as polite as he could be, but he did not reply to their question. You are exceedingly ugly, said the wild ducks, but that will not matter if you do not want to marry one of our family. Poor thing! He had no thoughts of marriage. All he wanted was the permission to lie amongst the rushes and drink some of the water on the moor. After he had been on the moor for 2 days, there came 2 wild geese, or rather goslings, for they had not been out of the egg long and were very saucy. Listen, friend, said one of them to the duckling, you are so ugly that we like you very well. Will you go with us and become a bird of passage? Not far from here is another moor, in which there are some pretty wild geese, all unmarried. It is a chance for you to get a wife. You may be ugly. You may be lucky, ugly as you are. Pop, 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 sounded in the air, and 2 wild geese fell dead amongst the rushes, and the water was tinged with blood. echoed far and wide in the distance, and whole flocks of wild geese rose up from the rushes. The sound continued from every direction, for the sportsmen surrounded the moor, and some of them were even seated on branches of trees overlooking the rushes. The blue smoke from the guns rose like clouds over the dark trees, and as it floated away from the water, a number of sporting dogs bounded in amongst the rushes, which bent beneath them wherever they went. How they terrified the poor duckling! He turned away his head to hide it under his wing, and at the same moment a large, terrible dog passed quite near him. His jaws were open, his tongue hung from his mouth, and his eyes glared fearfully. He thrust his nose close to the duckling, showing his sharp teeth, and then, splash, splash, he went into the water without touching him. "Oh," sighed the duckling, "how thankful I am for being so ugly. Not even a dog would bite me." So he lay quite still, while the shot rattled through the rushes, and the gun after gun was fired over him. It was late in the day before all became quiet, but even then the poor young thing did not dare to move. He waited quietly for several hours, and then, after looking carefully around him, hastened away from the moor as fast as he could. He ran over field and meadow till a storm arose, and he could hardly struggle against it. Towards the evening, he reached a poor little cottage that seemed ready to fall, and only remained standing because it could not decide on which side to fall first. The storm continued so violent that the duckling could go no farther. He sat down by the cottage, and he noticed the door was not quite closed in consequence of one of the hinges having given away. There was therefore a narrow opening near the bottom large enough for him to slip through, which he did very quietly and got a shelter for the night. A woman, a tomcat, and a hen lived in this cottage. The tomcat, whom the mistress called my little son, was a great favourite. He could raise his back and purr, and could even throw out sparks from his fur if it was stroked the wrong way. The hen had very short legs, so she was called Chickie Shortlegs. She laid good eggs, and her mistress loved her as if she had been her own child. In the morning, the strange visitor was discovered, and the tomcat began to purr, and the hen to cluck. "What is that noise about?" said the old woman, looking round the room. But her sight was not very good. Therefore, when she saw the duckling, she thought it must be a fat duck that had strayed from home. "Oh, what a prize!" she exclaimed. "I hope it's not a drake, for then I shall have some duck eggs. I must wait and see." So the duckling was allowed to remain on trial for 3 weeks, but there were no eggs. Now the tomcat was the master of the house, and the hen was the mistress, and they always said, "we and the world," for they believed themselves to be half the world, and the better half too. The duckling thought that others might hold a different opinion on the subject, but the hen would not listen to such doubts. "Can you lay eggs?" she asked. "No." "Then have the goodness to hold your tongue." "Can you raise your back, or purr, or throw out sparks?" said the tomcat. "No." "Then you have no right to express an opinion when sensible people are speaking." So, the duckling sat in a corner, feeling very low-spirited, till the sunshine and the fresh air came into the room through the open door. And then he began to feel such a great longing to swim on the water, that he could not help telling the hen. "What an absurd idea," said the hen. "You have nothing else to do, therefore you have foolish fancies. If you could purr or lay eggs, they would pass away." "But it is so delightful to swim about on the water," said the duckling, "and so refreshing to feel it close over your head while you dive down to the bottom." Delightful indeed, said the hen. Why, you must be crazy. Ask the cat. He is the cleverest animal I know. Ask him how he would like to swim about in the water, or to dive under it, for I will not speak of my own opinion. Ask our mistress, the old woman. There is no one in the world more clever than she is. Do you think she would like to swim, or to let the water close over her head? You don't understand me, said the duckling. We don't understand you? Who can understand you, I wonder? Do you consider yourself more clever than the cat, or the old woman? I will say nothing of myself. Don't imagine such nonsense, child, and thank your good fortune that you have been received here. Are you not in a warm room, and in society from which you may learn something? But you are a chatterer, and your company is not very agreeable. Believe me, I speak only for your own good. I may tell you unpleasant truths, but that is a proof of my friendship. I advise you, therefore, to lay eggs and learn to purr as quickly as possible. I believe I must go out into the world again, said the duckling. Yes, do, said the hen. So the duckling left the cottage and soon found water on which it could swim and dive, but was avoided by all the other animals because of its ugly appearance. Autumn came, and the leaves in the forest turned to orange and gold. Then, as winter approached, the wind caught them as they fell and whirled them in the cold air. The clouds, heavy with hail and snowflakes, hung low in the sky, and the raven stood on the ferns crying. Croak, croak! It made one shiver with cold to look at him. This was very sad for the poor little duckling. One evening, just as the sun set amid radiant clouds, there came a large flock of beautiful birds out of the bushes. The duckling had never seen any like them before. They were swans. They curved their graceful necks, while their soft plumage shone with dazzling whiteness. They uttered a singular cry as they spread their glorious wings and flew away from those cold regions to warmer countries across the sea. As they mounted higher and higher in the air, the ugly little duckling felt quite a strange sensation as he watched them. He whirled himself into the water like a wheel, stretched out his neck towards them, and uttered a cry so strange that it frightened himself. Could he ever forget those beautiful happy birds? And when at last they were out of his sight, he dived under the water and rose again, almost beside himself with excitement. He knew not the names of these birds, nor where they had flown, but he felt towards them as he had never felt for any other bird in the world. He was not envious of these beautiful creatures, but he wished to be as lovely as they. The poor ugly creature, how gladly he would have lived even with the ducks had they only given him encouragement. As winter grew colder and colder, he was obliged to swim about in the water to keep from freezing, but every night the space on which he swam became smaller and smaller. At length it froze so hard that the ice in the water crackled as he moved, and the duckling had to paddle with his legs as well as he could to keep the space from closing up. He became exhausted at last and lay still and helpless, frozen fast in the ice. Early in the morning, a peasant who was passing by saw what had happened. He broke the ice in pieces with a wooden shoe and carried the duckling home to his wife. The warmth revived the poor little creature. But when the children wanted to play with him, the duckling thought they would do him some harm, so he started up in terror, fluttered into the milk pan and splashed the milk about the room. Then the woman clapped her hands, which frightened him still more. He flew first into the butter cask, then into the meal tub and out again. What a condition he was in! The woman screamed and struck at him with the tongs. The children laughed and screamed and tumbled over each other in their efforts to catch him. But luckily he escaped. The door stood open. The poor creature could just manage to slip out amongst the bushes and lie down quite exhausted in the newly fallen snow. It would be very sad were I to relate all the misery and all the misery which the poor little duckling endured during the hard winter. And when it had passed, he found himself lying one morning in the moor amongst the rushes. He felt the warm sun shining and heard the lark singing and saw that all around was a beautiful spring. Then the young bird felt that his wings were strong as he flapped them against his side and rose high into the air. They bore him onwards until he found himself a large garden, but before he well knew how it had happened. The apple trees were in full blossom, and the fragrant elders bent their long green branches down to the stream, which wound round a smooth lawn. Everything looked beautiful, and in the freshness of early spring. From a thicket close by came 3 beautiful swans, rustling their feathers and swimming lightly over the smooth water. The duckling remembered the lovely birds and felt more strangely unhappy than ever. "I will fly to those royal birds," he exclaimed, "and they will kill me because I am so ugly and dare to approach them. But it does not matter. Better be killed by them than pecked by the ducks, beaten by the hens, pushed about by the maiden who feeds the poultry, starved with hunger in the winter." Then he flew to the water and swam towards the beautiful swans. The moment they espied the stranger, they rushed to meet him with outstretched wings. "Kill me," said the poor bird, and he bent his head down to the surface of the water and awaited death. But what did he see in the clear stream below? His own image, no longer a dark, grey bird, ugly and disagreeable to look at, but a graceful and beautiful swan. To be born in a duck's nest in a farmyard is of no consequence to a bird if it is hatched from a swan's egg. He now felt glad at having suffered sorrow and trouble, because it enabled him to enjoy so much better all the pleasure and happiness around him. For the great swans swam around the newcomer and stroked his neck with their beaks as a welcome. Into the garden presently came some little children and threw bread and cake into the water. "See," cried the youngest, "there's a new one." And the rest were delighted and ran to their father and mother, dancing and clapping their hands, shouting joyously, "There is another swan come! A new one has arrived!" Then they threw more bread and cake into the water and said, "The new one is the most beautiful of all. He's so young and pretty." The old swans bowed their heads before him. Then he felt quite ashamed and hid his head under his wing, for he did not know what to do. He was so happy and yet not at all proud. He had been persecuted and despised for his ugliness, and now he heard them say he was the most beautiful of all birds. Even the elder tree bent down its boughs into the water before him, and the sun shone warm and bright. He then rustled his feathers, curved his slender neck, and cried joyfully from the depths of his heart, "I never dreamed of such happiness as this while I was an ugly duckling." The end. It was a happy ending, guys. A happy ending. Did you enjoy the story? A rather abrupt ending, yeah. Well, I mean, it's a pretty good story, right? Because you have to understand these are like children's fairy tales. And there's actually like a big like meaning of, or there's like a theme of identity. Exactly. Right now, you're all bald with shiny heads. But bald and shiny can be beautiful. In fact, you don't even need hair. You can be proud of being bald, guys. Be bald and proud. Moral of the story is that if you're a duck, get shot. Did anyone play that game? It was on... What console was it? Some Nintendo one. You shoot the duck. God, what was that called? Does anyone know the game I'm talking about? Duck Hunt. Yeah, Duck Hunt, Duck Hunt, Duck Hunt. Had anyone played that game? Has anyone played it? I remember we had Duck Hunt. So our cousin gave us like an old Nintendo... Which one was it? Which Nintendo console was it on? Oh god, I'm getting memories. There was like a duck clock we had in that house as well. Oh, the NES? Okay, yeah, so it was on the NES, right? And our cousin like gave their old like NES to us. And yeah, so we never had one. Our first console was a PS1. Yeah, my cousin had it with a gun controller as well. So I remember playing Duck Hunt when I was super, super young. It was really fun. The moral of the story is sometimes you're born ugly, ugly AF with a smile that sometimes a mother can't love. And then you look at your reflection in a pond and boom, you're looks maxing. That's certainly a way to describe the moral of the story. I have a different moral of the story. I think the themes of identity and self-worth is like quite a core theme. Because I think a lot of people, right, they suffer from feelings of low self-worth. Especially when they're like teenagers, right? People who feel like they can't truly fit in. They feel like they've been like, you know, misunderstood or misjudged, mistreated. But then when you grow into an adult, you finally become confident because you find your own people, you find your own like community. And you finally find your sense of belonging. And you accept yourself. You realize that you were never actually ugly all along. You were just in the wrong environment. And that's, you know... that's the moral of the story to me, to be honest. Actually, it's called the NES Zapper. Alright, okay, old man. Fish, can the chips become beautiful? You know what? Even though you're bald and stupid and have like a really smooth brain, some people think having a smooth and shiny, squeaky brain is beautiful. Some people find beauty in smooth brains. You know, you use the eraser to get rid of all the wrinkles, to make it like a shiny, smooth chicken breast, you know? And a lot of people find that beautiful. Another point is at the end, when he didn't suddenly become self-absorbed, even though he was... Exactly. Yes. That's a really good point as well. Like, he could have easily become very arrogant, right? But he didn't. He stayed humble. Hashtag humble. Like me. Double me. Use an iron to get rid of the wrinkles. You can use an iron to get rid of your brain wrinkles. Exactly. Embrace the chicken breast brain, Chips. It's fine. Bald is beautiful. Smooth brained is also beautiful. You take your brain out every day and polish it. So you just take care. Exactly. You know what? That's what you need to be doing. Groom yourself. Groom yourself and groom that brain. Make it shiny. Make it beautiful. Don't fear anything, guys. But yeah, the moral of the story here is a very good one, I think. Because I think you can definitely relate it to, you know, your own experiences. I'm trying to think. Did I have any experiences like that? exactly. Beautiful, not only looks, but also character. But also, like, you guys have to understand something. Like, appearances are subjective. Appearances are really subjective. Like, you may think you're ugly or whatever, but someone else might think that you're beautiful. And also, like, I don't know if this is just me, but I don't know, for me, like, someone's appearance changes to me depending on, like, you know, how I feel about their character. Like, if they're a really horrible person, they seem really ugly to me. Like, maybe I can talk just, like, you know, about their outside appearance. Maybe they could be a very beautiful woman, but, like, with a very ugly personality. Okay, I wouldn't call them ugly, but I would call them ugly on the inside. But, hold on, let me think. But I mean, okay, like, I don't know. For me, I feel like even if you're, like, I don't know, objectively very average looking or something, I just feel like it doesn't matter, because if someone loves you, because, like, usually, like, even your friends love you, right? Like, when someone loves you, like, your appearance is just inconsequential. Like, it really doesn't matter. Like, I don't know, I'm trying to think of a good example. All right. Okay, so my sister, right? she's obviously a teenager. She's actually grown into her looks, and she's actually very pretty, like, for her age. But when she was a baby, right? When she was a kid, I'm gonna be honest, she was definitely not the most attractive baby or child. If she was, like, you know, she was in, like, I don't know, a baby competition or something, she probably wouldn't have won any awards. I'm not saying she was ugly, but she certainly looked very unique. she had was she the ugly duckling? She was very different from the rest of us, yes. I mean, she also has, like, a different, like, any baby's not ugly. A lot of children, like, I'm not talking about when she was just, like, a baby. I'm talking about, like, when she was, like, 1 or 2, 3, 4 years old. Like, she had a very unique is crazy. Okay, hold on, let me explain. I'm not talking about the first few weeks. All babies look like aliens in the first few weeks. I'm talking about when she was, like, 2 years old, a year old, 2 years old, whatever. Like, she had, like, she looked like a little titan, you know, like, she had, like, very long and skinny limbs. And, like, kind of like a... No, she wasn't chubby, that's the thing. Like, no matter how much she ate, she wouldn't gain weight. A titan, like, you know, from Attack on Titan, you know, the titans with their big tummies and their long and skinny spindly arms and legs. That's what she looked like. And she had, like, little shark teeth. Like, her teeth were so tiny and shark-like, and she had, like, I don't know, she just I'm not trying to be mean, because we still loved her. To me, she was so cute. Like, she was our little baby, you know. Me and Fish Bro loved her so much. Like, we thought she was so cute. But, like, objectively speaking, maybe, like, if someone saw a typical cherub looking baby, right, and then saw my sister, they'd probably say, oh, the one that looks like a cherub is more cute. But I personally thought her little shark teeth were very cute. I liked her little round tummy and her skinny little arms and legs. No, but that's the thing. She completely grew out of that. Now she's actually very beautiful. Like, she's actually very beautiful now. And that's the thing. My theory is the uglier you look as a kid is because you're going to be a really, really beautiful adult. It's because your face hasn't really grown into, like, your full features. Yeah, she wasn't going to be a commercial baby or an advertisement baby. But yeah, she turned out to be very beautiful. So it's kind of like the ugly duckling story if you think about it. Like, she has... Because her eyes were very, very big. She had extremely huge eyes. And now, like, you know, she's a young teenager. She's growing. She's, you know, she's very, very, very beautiful for her age, actually. She's got very big eyes, long eyelashes. She's got, like, you know... She's very pretty. And she's also very tall. And she has very long legs, and you know, isn't that what all the kids are dreaming for? Having long slim legs, like a supermodel kind of thing. She basically just grew into her, and I'm sure she's gonna get much more beautiful when she grows up more. She's still in her awkward kind of like teen phase. Like her face is still like, you know, her features haven't still fully grown into her face, but like you can see the difference. Like, you know, she taller than me. Yeah, she's already taller than me. She's taller than me. Long thin legs. Maybe it's a girl thing. Well, it's like a supermodel thing, right? You know, long legs. You know, slim figure kind of thing. She has that figure. She has a very good figure as well. She has a very healthy and strong, I would say, very like sporty. What's the word? Athletic. She has a very athletic figure, and it's quite different to like I guess the rest of the women in our family. So being taller than Fish isn't exactly a high bar to... Okay, alright. What do you mean? I'm not even... Listen, I'm in my compressed form because, like, I feel sorry for everyone else. I don't want to tower over everyone. But, like, is she into sports? Yeah, she loves sports. She loves sports. She loves like, hockey, and she does, like, other stuff as well. Because she goes to... Well, she did. She used to go to a private school before she got taken away. But, her private school, like, they had loads of sports clubs. So, like, she was, like, really into sports. So, you've never understood the whole long legs thing? Every single man I have seen, like on the street, whatever, they will turn and look like ogle, like girls with long legs that are just out in the open. Like, and I told you, Misma was an example of that, right? She was wearing a really short skirt, so all like her legs were super long. Her legs were like super long. I thought long thin legs was a gender neutral thing. I mean, maybe men also want long legs as well too. Like, I don't know, that might be an Asian thing, Maho. Actually, I realized that might be an Asian thing. But yeah, Misma had like, you know, her whole long legs on show, and every man was just like licking. So even other women were licking as well. So even I was licking. So I do think you could say, actually, do men really care about long legs and thin legs? Yes, they do. They do. Every head was turned. Me when I look, yeah, but I was also looking like gulp. But yeah. No, I think like tall people do attract attention. Because they tend to carry them, at least girls. When they carry themselves like with grace, and they're like, you know, very very slim and like very like, you know, tall and like kind of supermodel, they attract attention. Like, I have a lot of friends who are very very tall, like 178, 180, like girls. And the attention they attract, like, it's a lot. more than short people for sure. So, hey Fish, Unc 5 doesn't know about your pretty aunt. Did I tell the story of my aunt? I feel like I didn't. Which one? They're all pretty. Do you mean the one in America? Why does Mr. 5 want to know? So I have all my aunts are pretty tall. You are 2 red panda height. How tall are red pandas when they're standing up? You mentioned her before. So I have aunt. All my aunts are in London except for one. Do you guys remember my family chart? I told you one aunt was in California, and I actually went to stay with her last year for Christmas and New Year's. But she, not last year, sorry, the year before, 2023/2024. Oh, Zero mentioned her in the VC. You guys gossiping about my family in the VC? Okay, so my aunt in California, she's the one I say she's very American. Like, she has a very American personality, so I think she should stay in America. She drives a Dodge. She has that thick booty. Like, she goes to the gym, she works out. She has a very, very fit body. And the thing is, all of my mom's side of this family, they're very what's the word? They're very bottom heavy. They have a very specific kind of figure. They have the thick thighs and the big booty. They all have it, including my mom. It's like, I don't know, very strong genetics. They all have like a very curvy figure at the bottom, like wide hips and like, you know, the big booty and the pear shape. They're very pear shaped. And my aunt obviously is no exception. And but she works out a lot, so she's got like, you know, the thick big butt, you know, and you know, thick thighs. And I remember one of my friends so one of my friends, I thought she was a lesbian, but she's not, apparently. She's bi or whatever. Anyway, so one of my friends, so I posted a picture of my aunt, like I took a selfie with my aunt and I put it on like Instagram, and one of my friends was like, "Oh my gosh, she's so hot. Who's this?" I was like, "That's my aunt." That's my aunt, bro. She's like 40. she's like 40 something. She's like 43 or something. Like, you're saying that about my aunt. She's like, "Oh my god, what's her number? Is she single?" And then like I posted like, so I would post pictures on my holiday, right? So sometimes my aunt would be like a picture of her from behind or whatever, because like she'd be in the background. And she'd always like point out like, "Oh my god, I guess you know, she's always point out my aunt's like figure in the background." So once I remember I was sitting down, my aunt was like standing up, and I was at perfect like eye length of like her side view of her butt, and I took a picture of her like her butt, because she wears like leggings or yoga pants as Americans call it. And I remember taking a picture and I sent it to my friend. I was like, "Here you go, here you are, you have your free fan service for you." Without consent, I took a picture of my aunt's ass. Watermelon crushing thighs. Yeah, she has very thick thighs. She has that BBL, you know. So is she single? She is single. She is single. She is single, guys. Sharing pictures of your aunt is crazy. Hey, I had to feed my friend. She was like thirsting after my aunt. If it was for your friend, I understand. Yeah, I didn't put it on like my Instagram story or anything. I just sent it just to that one friend. It's like I hooked the homies up. Can you hook us up? Chips. I don't know how to tell you about this, but I don't know if my aunts are gonna like the chips. She's a very esteemed woman. So unless you are a very cool man who lives in LA and rides a motorbike, I don't know if she's gonna look at you. Sir Simple, thank you so much for the gifted membership. W Sir Simple, thank you. Time to oil our craniums and go say hi to the aunt. Oh my god. I mean, I don't know if she has anything against bald people. But yes, do oil up the craniums. Go say hi. What was a friend's response? I can't remember actually. What did she say? I can't remember. Don't you want another uncle? Mods! You know what to do to Zero. Alright, but yeah, why am I talking about my aunt? Yeah, so all my aunts are actually very... I was actually thinking of this the other day, because, so actually she was, my aunt, the California one, she was actually in London for 5 weeks, and she went back yesterday, and she was taking a picture with my other aunts, and I was thinking, wow, they are so like, they have very strong genetics. All my aunts and my mom, they all look so similar. They could be like you know, birthed from the same egg, like, you know, like they all look incredibly similar. And they're all very attractive, especially for their ages. Like, my oldest aunt is about 60 now, I think. And she looks so young. Like, I think it's just the skincare routines, man. But, like, they look so good for their age. You want to go to LA for me when you go for my aunt? What the heck? Matt's like, I'm thinking about buying a bike, actually. Matt's trying to help my aunt. Guys, I don't want a chip uncle. That's cringe. Joe, thank you for 4 months of overclock chips, W Joe. The line is now this is silent. Buh. triplets. I have I showed you my family. I have three aunts. I was like 4, and then I remember my mom. My mom is not my aunt. But yeah. Uncle Chip goes hard. No. You do be calling us unks all the time. You brought us onto yourself. But my aunt's like 43, 45. I don't know. What if she loves ultimate nerd units? Well, her ex-husband, the father of her child, my cousin, who's the same age as my sister, that guy was a nerd. I think he was like, he worked in like the film industry and like comics and stuff. Like making films from comics or something. I can't remember what he did, but he was a nerd, I guess, technically. It's probably the strike rate of some of the older chips. We've only got like, I guess Taco? Taco's the oldest, right? You have a chance? I don't know. I feel like Taco is like the only one with a chance. I'm not gonna lie. I feel like Taco. Exactly. Taco is within the age range. Like, he's the only one with a chance I'm seeing. What's wrong with nerds? Nothing wrong with nerds, but my aunt's not a nerd. Like, she's not into that kind of stuff. So I feel like if you're a nerd, you're better off looking for a fellow nerd. But she's like one of those, like, I guess she's like a pick-me. She's a pick-me. So like, well, I don't know why she married that man. They're divorced now, but like he was a weirdo. But I feel like she thought his nerd thing was like cool or something. Even though she didn't know anything about like nerd stuff, she wanted to be super American. A Pikmin. Isn't pick me what the kids say? You know, the ones that are like, I'm not like all the other girls. You know, like she tries to be like, I don't know, because she's very cringe. I told you that my aunt's cringe, right? There's something cringe about it. It's because like she tries really hard to like put this like a very American image of herself, and it just feels really like fake and forced. I don't know. She drives her big American cars. I don't know, it's like, okay, I think this is a very British behavior in a sense, like, because British people who go to Australia do the same thing. They go to another country and they kind of try to shed off their like British personality and pretend they're like, oh, they're spicy, they're more, their culture, they're different, they're not like all the other British people. You know, they're either Americanized or Australianized or whatever. She's like one of those. She's not like the other aunts. Does she have a Valley Girl accent too? Okay, her accent's really weird. Like her accent's like a really weird mix of British and American. Pick-me girls are like, I would get better if you are not. Huh? No, pick-me is like, I'm different from all the other ones. Oh, she's one of those. Yeah, she's one of those, like, kind of... And the thing is, I feel like that's kind of cringe for her age. Like, I don't know, people are like that when they're teenagers or whatever. They're like, you know, I'm different. But like... There are like meme videos about these kinds of people, you know? They'll be like, go to a supermarket, meet their friend and be like, oh, good day, mate. Oh, sorry. That's how we say it in Australia. Like that, you know, one of those people. But yeah. She's one of those. Not gonna lie, I call her out so hard. I mean, the rest of us are kind of just like roll our eyes or like, or whatever, like, I don't really care ultimately. I just like laugh and giggle at it, but like I don't care too much. Why are we talking about my aunt? Why are we talking about my aunt? How did we get onto this topic? Well, Zero, why did you ask about my aunt? What was I talking about before we spoke about my aunt? I was talking about my sister, wasn't I? How did we get to my aunt? You know who her kid looks like? My cousin. She looks like, what's her name? 11 from Stranger Things. What's that actress's name? She looks like 11's actress. Millie Bobby Brown or whatever her name is. No, she doesn't look like a Tyson. She's very tall though, because her father, like, is very, very tall. And he's a big man. So like, he's like a big man. Like, he's like, you know, I'm not saying he's fat. I'm saying he's big. Like, he's tall, but he's also wide. He's like chunky. He's like a giant man. Got the Samoan build. I don't know, but like, His kid is also. I mean, she's actually got the very. Actually, to be honest, she has a very similar figure to my sister. The whole like, you know, very long and slim limbs, a very sporty build. Actually, they look really similar. Thinking about it, it's just her face looks like Millie Bobby Brown. Oh, I think this was like, did Yasu ask about all the women in my family that are good looking? Yes, they are, but I don't know. I don't know. We were talking about long legs. Yeah, okay, but I don't know. Samoan build fish? Yeah, I feel like, you know, that's what the guy, her ex-husband, like, had that kind of build, I think. A butterball? No, he's not a butterball. He's not a butterball. He's not, like, overweight in that kind of sense. Pick me is like doing their best to attract men by doing what they think men like. It's like a woman-to-woman insult generally. I thought pick me was like, yeah, I guess, well, it was kind of to attract men, because like she's like, oh, I'm not like all the other girls, like I'm cool, I'm cool, I'm like all these other basic bitches. I'm a different girl. I'm different, you know. But you know, oh, I'm into motorbikes and I wear leather jackets and I listen to rock music, but it's not like real. It doesn't actually reach to her soul. It's kind of like she's putting this image about herself, but it's not her actual self. That's what I mean. It feels a bit like off. Your aunt sounds like a baddie. Yeah, that's what I mean. She doesn't seem like a genuine baddie. Like, she seems like someone who's trying to be a baddie, so I can't respect it. Because, like, when we were at home to stay, she's just like, you know, her normal self. But then she has, like, she tries to put on this kind of, like, baddie personality. And it just feels really, I don't know, it feels really off. It just feels really off. Her family's just Bayonetta. That is a good comparison, actually. You can pull an Olimar cosplay. She's a Pikmin. TRiGGERPHiSH is my favorite pick-me. Do you guys think I'm a pick-me? I thought I was a hipster. Is that the same thing? I'm against the bandwagon. You know what? I say bring her to Texas to break the pick-me. I'll take her to arrange and feed her Texas barbecue. But she's a pick-me, so she's gonna pretend to go along with it. She'll go along with it because she wants to be cool. She wants to be with the boys. You're a geek, not a pick-me. I'm a geek! Not even a nerd! You call me a geek? I just think you're a contrarian at times. Okay, listen. I'm a contrarian for a reason, because I refuse to eat slop. You guys have shoveled up doo-doo, fed to your mouth, and you go, delicious, thank you. Like, you know, you eat up your crap, your slop. I'm not a slop eater. I have taste. I have a brain. I didn't just follow the crowd for the sake of following the crowd. And that's got nothing to do with being a contrarian. What the heck? Wow. You play Apex, relax. Everyone and their mom plays Apex. Apex, everyone plays Apex. Apex is such a common game. I was raised on the slop, molded by it. Yeah. I'm not gonna become one of you guys slop maxing. Wait, why are you guys pointing out Apex? Hold on, what, you think Apex is like a slop game? Apex, when it was trendy, yeah. So you know how like everyone hopped onto the Marvel Rivals bandwagon and then they kind of dropped it? Yeah, the same happened with Apex, right? But did I drop Apex? I didn't. I still play Apex. I like shooter games. I like good shooter games. And Apex is objectively a good shooter game. Drake, thank you so much for the super chat. No, I haven't done my own thing. That's what I'm saying. Well, you say that, Drake, but then you started playing the horse girl game as well, didn't you? Apex was a common game like 5 years ago. Yeah, and it's not anymore, and I still play it. No one's playing Marvel Rivals anymore. Everyone's on to the next slop, which is the horse girl game. It's League of Legends for FPS nerds. So the actual pick-me shooter game is Valorant. That's the EGAR game. If I wanted to be a pick-me EGAR, I'd play Valorant. Sorry, Fish, we play Call of Duty. That just makes me a 13-year-old boy. Guys, playing Black Ops makes me a 13-year-old boy. I don't think that's doesn't make me a pick-me or a contrarian. You're a fan of Horse Girl since 2019? Okay, Drake, I'll give that to you then. I'll give that to you. Also, Tarkov is the best worst shooter. Okay, fine, you're not wrong. Tarkov isn't bad, actually. Tarkov's not bad. But I like the movement in Apex. That's why I play Apex so much. Yeah, pick-me shooter is 100% Valorant. I'm telling you, like, that's the actual... That's what people regard as the pick-me shooter. There's nothing wrong with liking a bad game. You tell me Apex Legends is a bad game. I can't believe you. I don't believe you. Unreal Tournament! The best shooter was Unreal Tournament? Someone get a stretcher here. Grandpa needs to go to the hospital. That's old. Oh my god, you guys call me old? Unreal Tournament? Oh my god. If we're talking about old games, can I say Halo 1 was the best shooter? Guns? You prefer the movement in Doom? Doom is old. Unreal Tournament was goated. I mean, you're old, you can say that. Valorant was like SSS plus slop. I played on one game, hated it and uninstalled it. Same. Played like one game, uninstalled. It's such a stupid game. Basically, well, it's basically, you know, reskinned CS, to be honest. I like CS. I used to play CS, but like I stopped. Hop on Quake. Okay, fine. We will have our favorite shooters. But saying that I am a bandwagon hopper because I play Apex is crazy, because I've been playing Apex since launch, and before I played Apex, I played Titanfall 2, which was not a bandwagon game. I simply hopped onto Apex because I'm a fan of Respawn. No other reason, not because it was, like, you know, popular. And I wasn't streaming at the time. I wasn't a streamer, so you can't even say that. The best sheet is Link's crossbow training for the Wii. Wait, I never played that. That sounds kind of good. What if I said the best shooter was Splatoon? The Respawn bandwagon. If Respawn had a bandwagon, they'd probably be Titanfall 3, but they don't. So there's no Titanfall 3. Splatoon is respectable. I was a Splatoon champion once, guys. I was the Splatoon champion. Splatoon is better than Apex? Wait, what's your hate against Apex? I told you guys, right? The movement, but also the guns, the sound of the guns is my favorite part of Apex. I love the gun designs and I love the sounds of the guns. The Eternal Titanfall 3 wish. See, that's why I wish Respawn was popular. I wish Apex was popular, because then maybe we would get Titanfall 3. Slop Legends makes way more money than Titanfall 3 would. Yes. Slop Legends does... I can't believe I just called it Slop Legends. It's true. Oh god, I'm saying this with cry. Slop Legends does make more money. That's why I want to get Titanfall 3. But even Slop Legends has stopped making money. The game is declining. I hate to say it, but it is. It's just becoming a very limited pool of players and the same people playing it. But... Anyway, going back. I'm not a pick-me. I'm just... Maybe... I'm a nerd. I'm just a nerd who has superior taste, so I don't like to follow the sheep. At least I can laugh about it. I love sloppy legends. Zero. Don't make me mad at you. You can make a sandwich in the time it takes you to die in Apex. The time to kill is like 2 seconds. But if you mean all the camping, that's just a battle royale for you, isn't it? I like how the tangent goes from her Titan sister to hot bayonetta aunt. Okay, hold on. I can't believe you use sheep unironically. I'm using ironically. Is the whole thing do you really take what I say unironically? Do I not use these terms to be ironic and joke around? What I could say something else. Sorry, fish. I devote my time to actually good games like Dead by Day, Slot by Daylight. Slot by Daylight. Okay. Anyway, you take fish 100%. Whoa! Why are you taking me so seriously? Guys, it's not so serious. Don't think so hard. You're gonna lose even more hair. You're already balding, alright? Alright, so, wasn't this a fairy tale stream? We read our fairy tale. Anyway, my sister... Can you stop calling her a Titan sister? She doesn't look like a Titan anymore. She doesn't look like a Titan anymore. She's a very, very pretty girl now. She's very pretty. She has very gorgeous big eyes and very beautiful face, you know. Well, the other kids are ugly compared to her. So, you said... No, I said she looked like a Titan when she was a baby, like when she was a toddler. Does she run like a Titan? She used to run like that when she was a toddler. She used to run like a Titan. That's why we called her a Titan as well. She used to run like those Titans in Attack on Titan. It was so funny. She was so cute. Ah, now I remember. Okay, I remember. Guys, I remember the original topic now. I remember the topic now. Okay, so we were talking about perceived ugliness. You know? Like, I said that while you may think you're ugly, appearance doesn't actually matter that much because people will still love you when they know your personality. And also, this is just me. This is just my opinion. That's just a fact, what I just said. But if you want to know my personal opinion, most people, I've never truly really seen ugly people. Like, most people are not ugly. Most people are just really bad at grooming themselves. I've not really seen a truly ugly person. Again, it's just like grooming and like, I think self-confidence has a lot. The way you hold yourself, the way your posture plays a bigger part than you probably think. So if you think you're ugly, you're most likely not ugly. Maybe you're bad at grooming yourself, but that's it. Want to wait till the meet and greet and I'll break that streak. I honestly, I've seen a lot of people in life and I've, you know, my mom always told me I'm the most ugly compared to my brothers. Is she joking? She's probably just like messing with you. It's the level of ugliness. I don't know, because I feel like I really do feel ugly is a subjective thing. I honestly do. I'm not saying this to be like, you know, trying to make anyone feel better. I just honestly think ugly is subjective. And okay, let me give you an example. I think I did just wash easy. Well, it's not just about washing. You can wash yourself, but have you got a good haircut? Have you got a good hairstyle? Do you groom your beard? Do you shave? Like, you know, do you have good skincare routines? Like, do you dress well? Like, that is... Haven't seen my 600-pound Life Americans. Okay, but then being overweight, like being fat or whatever, that doesn't necessarily mean you're ugly. Okay, you know a good example is Adele. You know the singer Adele? Adele used to be really overweight. Maybe British people know. Adele used to be like very, very, very big. It doesn't matter that she was overweight because Adele was still objectively very beautiful. She had an incredibly beautiful face. Like, weight is a temporary thing. You can lose weight. You can gain it, you can lose it. Weight actually doesn't really have an impact on your actual base features. Your features are what make you, like, I don't know, ugly or attractive or whatever. Adele has a very beautiful face. She's lost weight now. But even when she was like overweight, she was still very beautiful. She was a very beautiful woman in her own right. She was just bigger. And again, beauty is subjective, right? Like, some cultures find overweight people attractive. Some cultures like bigger women or bigger people, even bigger men. Like, beauty is very, very tied to culture, because like in Asia, being a skinny, like, you know, skeletal is what's considered attractive. Would you guys think a skeletal person is attractive? You know, you Western American people, would you find skeletal people attractive? No, you like girls with like thick thighs and stuff, right? That's considered super, super fat. You know, sure Adele is. Just write Adele singer in Google Images. I don't know. But in her case, I personally feel like she was more attractive when she was larger. Oh, I agree with you, Repower. I didn't want to say it, but she did look much more attractive when she was bigger. I think she carried her weight very well. And especially it made her face look more sweet, I guess. Like, her face looked much sweeter when she had more weight. But again, weight is a personal thing. She obviously lost weight and needed to for her health, so it's fine. But, yeah, it's a cultural thing. Exactly. Like, you're saying, like, oh, you're comparing yourself to beauty standards, but beauty standards change depending on the country and culture you're in. In Asia, they expect you to be skeletal and, like, extremely skinny, and that's what's considered beautiful. Whereas I don't think Western people would consider that beautiful at all. You know, I'm Western, I don't find that particularly attractive. But in some other cultures, being extremely overweight is considered attractive. Like, I don't know which ones, but like, I think like some African cultures, they do see like being overweight as more attractive. Because it shows that you're eating well and you have like money to eat well and stuff like that. So beauty standards change depending on your society, and I know like American beauty standards is like, you know, ultimately I do think humans are ultimately attracted to healthy people. If you look healthy, naturally we are attracted to good health, right? So as long as you're healthy, I think it doesn't really matter like the small parts, you know. I think most people look attractive as long as they're somewhat trying. But that's what I said about grooming, right? If you're dressed well, if you're groomed well, you most likely will look attractive. Like, most people, like I said, are not actually ugly. They're not truly ugly. They're just very poorly groomed. For a long time in history, Europe had that beauty standard as well. Yeah, exactly. But like I said, beauty standards change with time and society. Yeah, centuries ago, pale-skinned and overweight showed that you ate healthy and didn't work outside. Yeah, exactly. So, going back to the topic, if you think you're ugly, well, most likely you're not. Firstly, you could be very attractive in a different societies, like beauty standards. And secondly, you most likely are probably just not well, you're not taking care of yourself. You're probably not dressed well. You're probably not eating properly. You're probably not taking care of your hair and your face properly, your skin. That doesn't mean you're ugly, because all those things can be changed. And same with weight. Like, weight can be changed. Being overweight or being like too skinny, that doesn't mean you're ugly. Because again, these are things that can be changed. What can't be changed unless you get surgery is like your facial features. So, like, and again, I'm going to bring up another point, right? I knew this girl. This girl, I thought, was incredibly beautiful. So she was mixed race. She was half, like, Spanish and half Indian. She had a very unique face, but it was so unique that she looked beautiful. Like, I don't know how to... Like, she had very, very big eyes. She had huge eyes. Like, camel eyes. Like, you know, just long eyelashes and, like, very, very, like, alluring big eyes. And she had like a very like her nose was, I guess, what would be considered a big nose. She had a very like triangular kind of like, her nose was very uncommon. I've never seen like a nose shape like that. I guess because she's mixed. But somehow it worked with her face. Like, she was so self-conscious about her nose. Like, she wanted surgery on her nose. Oh god. If she had touched her nose, it would have made her ugly, I think. Because it would have ruined the entire, like, facial symmetry of her face. Like, her facial symmetry, the balance, the facial balance. It would have thrown everything out. Bust out the Emma's paint. No, there's no way. I can't draw. I'm going to make her look ugly by the way I draw. But, she was, in my opinion... I don't want to say objectively beautiful, because obviously it's subjective, but she was very beautiful. Like, there was no man or no person that thought she was ugly. She was very, very, very beautiful. And she had a very like small jaw. She had a very beautiful face, very small face, big eyes. But her eyes and her nose and mouth, the ratio was balanced, so it all like looked good. But she was so self-conscious about her nose. Because a lot of people think, oh, having a slightly hooked nose or having like a pointed like nose is bad. Was the nose triangular from the front or side? Like both, I guess. Like it's kind of, I guess it was kind of like a hooked nose. But people think hooked noses are ugly. No, they're not. If it's on your face, most likely it suits your face. Just because society's saying, oh, having a small button nose or whatever is the right way to look, that doesn't mean everyone suits that. Everyone has a different face. So anyway, she was very beautiful. She was so beautiful. So it really like broke my heart every time she was like, you know, talking about wanting to get surgery on her nose. It made me so sad. Like, there's a guy from the house who has a huge nose but it suits his face. Well, that's the thing. A lot of people have like a bigger nose, and I just don't think that's an issue. Like, it suits their face. Like, those people think they're ugly, but they're really not. That's like calling a Western person, like me calling an American ugly because they're not skeletal. Because I live in Japan and being skeletal is the beauty cult standard here. Why am I applying these beauty standards to someone who's not even, you know, who shouldn't apply for? Like, it just really doesn't matter. I don't know. Makes me realize I don't pay much attention to people's features as I thought I did. I do because I am interested in like phenotypes and also like genetics. I do because I like to kind of guess people's like genetic roots. So it's kind of like different reasons why I'm interested. Because I thought her mix was so interesting. Her mix was very interesting to me. I especially like observing like the features of like mixed race people, because I really like to see how the features kind of mesh and meld into each other. It's really interesting to see. Because like if two like races keep like procreating, eventually you're gonna make people give birth to kids who are all gonna look, we'll have a society of people who look the same. Like, you know, everyone's gonna look the same. So, you know, you look at people like scientists does to specimen. Listen. I have a science brain, I have a STEM brain, okay? I was really interested in genetics and stuff. I was interested in... Listen, I'm saying this from my science brain. Sorry, guys. You know, I studied medicine. Yeah, I was interested in genetics. Yeah, I'm trying to say, like, yeah. If you ever feel ugly, just don't, because you probably aren't. That's my message. That's my message. And sorry, I think I missed Taco's comment, but like, I agree with Taco. Like, oh god, where did I lose the comic? Comment. It was like something like, what's more attractive is oh god, where is it? You know what's really attractive? A clever person and a good sense of humor. Taco is not wrong, because you could actually be like the ugliest person in the world, right? But if you have a really, really like good personality, like if you have if you're clever and you have a good sense of humor, oh my god, people will be attracted to you. Like, and I think I already told this story before. I gave an example of this story. So there was this guy. So when I used to work in London, there was this, I used to do like some events jobs, and I remember one of the guys who used to work in this job, right? He was quite overweight. He wasn't very tall. He was quite overweight. He was blind in one eye. I think he had a glass eye. And he had a limp, and he had a walking stick. And he didn't exactly have a head full of hair. It was, he's not balding, but I guess male pattern baldness. And you know, he wasn't exactly, you know, like he wasn't exactly what society would deem as a so attractive hot guy. But you know what? Girls love this guy. Girls would flock to this guy. Do you know why? Because, oh my god, he had a really good sense of humor and his confidence was crazy. He was also very clever. He was also really smart. He was smart, but he had the charisma to carry his intelligence in like an attractive way. So the girls loved him. He always had a girl around him. So honestly, personality, which was actually my main point I was trying to get at, people do truly love you for your personality more than your appearance. And people who love you just for your appearance are not worth having in your life. Honestly, just trust me. You don't want to be loved for your appearance. You really don't. Appearance can be part of the attraction, but that attraction to appearance can come after you've already loved someone. Like, personality and who you are matters the most. Like, really. Like, people are attracted to your personality and who you are. Your cleverness, your sense of humor, your kindness, things like that. How did the ugly duckling lead us down this path? Because we're talking about perceived ugliness. This is the whole... this is related to the ugly duckling. It's subjective. It's subjective. Everyone thinks they aren't. Or they think they are. It doesn't matter for them. Yeah, I mean, obviously, if you have like your own... Like, a lot of people suffer from... Especially girls. They suffer from, like, you know, being... pressured, the society pressures of like beauty and stuff like that, standards of beauty. Honestly, I don't know how to fix that. Therapy? I'm not sure. I'm not a victim of that myself, so I don't know how to fix that actually, because I've experienced that a lot. Did I hear a knuckle crack? Not me. I didn't touch my hands. I did touch my glass, unless you heard this, maybe. Anyway, so I've actually been around a lot of these girls, especially in Japan, because like I told you, Japan has very strict beauty standards, and a lot of foreign girls who come here for some reason get pressured. They get pressured by how strict? Well, if you're not like very, very skinny, like skeletal level skinny, then you're considered ugly. And I think that's the main thing. That's actually, and if you don't have a small face, you need a very small face, you need big eyes, you need a small nose, you need a small jaw. If you're a girl, you have to be kind of short. If you're a man, you have to be tall. Both of them have to be really, really skinny. So those are the kind of beauty standards in Japan. For Japanese people, oh, the crooked teeth. Yeah, if you have the crooked, some crooked teeth, that's considered beautiful. Big Ann, thank you so much for the super chat. Society, yeah, it's society. So anyway, so let me get to my point, right? Let me get to my point. Thank you, Big Ann, for the super chat. The point is, I knew a lot of girls here, foreign girls, like from America or whatever, and they suffered from depression when they moved here. Because they were so pressured by the society's beauty standards in Japan. And I was thinking, why? You're not Japanese. You are perfectly fine for an American. You're actually, you know, by all means, very slim. Just because you don't fit into a Japanese size S, that doesn't mean you're big. You are a Western woman, you know, you're white. You're not East Asian. You have a different body frame. You have different body fat percentages and distributions. Like, why are you trying to follow an Asian beauty standard when you're not Asian? Like, I always wondered that, because to me, it didn't make sense. There's also gonna be plenty of Japanese guys that was totally into that. That's the thing, right? If someone is looking, if someone's attracted to you for your appearance in Japan, like as a foreigner, they're attracted to your foreign appearance. If you look like a Japanese person as a foreigner, they probably won't be attracted to you. So like, it really doesn't matter. Like, I just didn't get it. I don't know. I just didn't understand it. Like, I really... And the thing is, right, I tried so hard to try and help these girls, like, to make them understand logically. Like, logically, you shouldn't be holding yourself to these standards because you're not Japanese. And you're not Asian. Why are you holding yourself to these standards? It logically makes zero sense to me. But, like, you know what? I couldn't help anyone. Eventually, everyone just left Japan. They were so pressured by the standards that they just left. You need to use emotions instead of logic. Yeah, I'm a robot. I don't have emotions. Maybe that's why I couldn't do a good job. I just use logic, and maybe that wasn't good enough. Well, do we need to be beautiful? Well, I don't think we do, Maho. I mean, again, I think beauty comes from the inside, personally. But I don't know. A lot of people are very concerned about external appearance. So for those people, I guess, the people I'm talking about are those people who are concerned about, you know, their physical appearance. Yeah, I get you. It does sound strange. No, in there, like, listen. So one girl, right? One girl she's a British girl I know. She's actually like she's half Caribbean and half like, you know, white British. She is so beautiful. She's mixed race. She's also skinny as hell, by the way. I just want to point out she's very skinny and she's got like really massive booba. She's very skinny. She's very tall. She is actually very muscular. She works out in the gym. She's like a supermodel. She's very beautiful. And you know, in Japan she felt ugly just because she wasn't like Japan level skinny, because her body frame was obviously Western. Like she had wider shoulders and wider hips, but she was still like, if anyone saw her in the West, she's very slim. She was very slim. She had massive booba, massive hips, like, you know, but not massive. Like, it was very, not even massive. She had big ones, but not like in a massive way. She was very beautiful. Like, she's so beautiful. She looked like a doll. Like, she actually looked like a doll, like a Barbie doll. She wasn't a Titan. She was like 178, maybe 180. I'm not sure. She was quite tall. But she looked like a supermodel. She actually she looked like a Barbie doll. She was so beautiful. Like, she actually just looked like a doll. She was so beautiful, but she ended up just like leaving Japan because she was felt so pressured by like the beauty standards here. It's like, that doesn't count to you. Japanese people will not put their beauty standards on you because you're not Japanese. Like, you go back to, she was from Canada actually. No, so the British, sorry. No, she's not Canada, sorry. From the UK. I'm thinking about another girl who was from Canada. But yeah, she was from the UK. So like, go back to the UK, everyone will be giving you so much attention. Like, you don't have to stay in Japan. Like, you don't have to. I don't know, man. It just doesn't make sense to me. Are you still in touch with her? Yeah. I still message them sometimes, my friends. Is she single? I have no idea. I've not asked her if she's single. I wonder if because people who go to Japan are most likely to idolize Japanese aesthetics. Yes, so actually I think that's a point, Prinny. A lot of the girls who do come here, they like to dress in Japanese fashion and do Japanese makeup styles, but which is cool. Like, if they do that to make themselves happy, it's fine. But I just wish they'd also remember that Japanese makeup and fashion is made for like Japanese people eventually. Like, ultimately, like, you know, the whole big eye thing with the whole like eye bag stuff. The whole big eyes and eye bag makeup doesn't work on, like, you know, Western eyes that already have, like, you know, that makeup style doesn't suit everyone. So there was actually these girls I knew who got injections put on in their eyes, like in their eye bags, to try and get that Japanese like eye bag look. They'd get injections, like fillers put into their eye bags and stuff like that, and it's just like, I don't know. I don't know. Like, if they're happy, it's fine, but like, yeah, I don't know. I can't really judge, to be honest, because it makes them happy. I wouldn't personally do that though myself. Is it because they can't fit into the clothes usually? Yeah. Well, yeah. Basically, yeah. Japanese clothes are smaller. They're made for Japanese people. They're not made for Western people. Getting injections is love. I respect trying cute, cool new makeup styles. I think when it gets to the point where you really try to look Japanese or something, it's just a bit, I don't know. I feel like it's just a bit... You lose your sense of identity at that point, I think. Depending on the eye style, isn't the JP eye bag supposed to mimic the Western looks? No, so actually the eye bag thing, which also came from Korea, I think. Maybe originated from Korea? It's supposed to look like babies. So, you know, babies have that puffy bottom eye bag. And babies are supposed to have like really huge eyes and look innocent. They're trying to look like a baby. That's why they get the eye bag. They want baby eyes. It's not supposed to mimic Western, because a lot of Western people don't have under eye bags. A lot of people don't have that. And a lot of like East Asian people are like, you know, they have the eye bags, like, you know, they already have eye bags. It's just It's supposed to be like bigger to look like a puffy, like a baby eyes. You know how like babies have like bug eyes? Babies have like the huge like bugged out eyes. That's what they're trying to go for, like looking like a baby. Not because they're like into baby play. They just like, you know, want to look like young and innocent. They want to look kawaii and, you know, young and cute. Always find the eye acting's weird. I think it looks good on certain people. It looks good on certain eye shapes, not all eye shapes. So like certain ones don't suit it, in my opinion. That's weird. Many Japanese people are attracted to Western. I don't know, Maho. I don't think that's particularly the case. I don't think that's particularly the case. Because, you know, when I spoke to like a lot of my clients, like clients I had before, hacking clients, you know, who tried to hire my hacking skills in Japan, I remember they were saying how they only want to marry a Japanese person and settle down with a Japanese person. So I think a lot of Japanese people do value their own people. Yeah, I don't know. But I think it's... From what I've witnessed, a lot of people here, Japanese people who like Western girls, it's like a fetish thing. Like they're into Western girls. So I don't respect that. It's very rare, I feel like, to find someone who would just like you for who you are on the inside. On the inside, like your personality, you know. Especially like in Asia, I feel it's very about appearances. I'm generalizing though, but I feel like Korea and Japan are very appearance focused. So that's why they put so much effort into their appearances. Just want to sleep around, you mean? No, not particularly sleep around. People who like the gaijin hunters, the people who are like into the gaijin, like, you know, attracted to gaijins, those people, yeah, I think just want to sleep around. Because apparently those guys, they like to brag. Oh yeah, I slept with an American. Oh yeah, I slept with a Russian girl. Like that yeah. there are lots of people like that here in Japan. It's very disgusting. I don't like that. Korea definitely is. Yeah, Korea for sure. Like they make the money from doing that at the end of the day. That's basically how the West perceives Asians in Japan specifically too, to be fair. Oh, really? Not saying it's a good thing, but you know... Well, I didn't know. I had no idea, like, what Western perceptions were of this, because I guess I've been living here for too long. Because, again, I don't feel affected by any of this stuff. Just to make it clear, I'm not affected, because, like, for me, I am me. I'm very, very confident in who I am. I have very strong self-esteem. Very strong self-confidence. I'm very unaffected. I'm just... Even if I was so ugly, I wouldn't even give a crap. Because I like who I am. I like the person I am. I'm happy with who I am. So my appearance doesn't matter to me. Obviously, I like to look good when I go out and stuff like that. But like ultimately, it wouldn't really affect my personality too much. Because I like my own... who I am as a person. But yeah, hold on, give me a second. Sorry, my sister's messaged me. It's very early for her. I'm wondering why she's awake so early. Hideo Kojima is that kind of person? What kind of person is Kojima? It's why I feel like it's nice to get to know someone through the internet, especially if it's text only. You get to know the person without any of the fluff around appearance. Yeah, I agree, Moonflower. That's why forums are like so good, right? And it's why like there's so many relationships from Final Fantasy XIV, because they met each other as their in-game characters, right? And then they fell in love with the person who they actually are, like their actual personalities, without even seeing each other. And that is actual true love. You love someone beyond their appearance. So, to me... Yeah, that's more important, I think. She's probably lurking the stream. No, she's not. Imagine she was. Imagine she was lurking the stream while I called her a titan. didn't I? I said that to her face. I used to laugh at her about that. I showed her pictures of her younger self the other day. I was like, you're so cute. You look like a little shark. You look like a little titan. She was giggling, so... Me and my big brother do that to her all the time. We like talk about her younger years. In conclusion, chips, you're all beautiful. Yes, yes, yes. Well, some of you, I don't know. Some of you have kind of weird personalities. I don't know. I don't know if I can call you beautiful, but I can call you dumb and bald. Yes. But some of you are fine. Some of you are fine. Sorry. Like Channel Extremer? Hold on. You wish you could have as much hair as me and intelligence as me. Define weird. Skin, did you see the Mukuro art I tagged you in on Discord, by the way? I just looked at Discord right now and I saw you posted another reborn tweet. Did you see my tweet that I sent? My emo demon persona is still inside my dark heart. Whoa, is that me? I'm the emo demon persona. You think it's a weird personality? Let me reflect. I don't have a weird personality. I think I have a really normal personality and a very intelligent one, a very intellectually stimulating personality, actually. And very smart. And really cool. And democratic. And, family friendly, actually. Anyway, speaking of family, my sister requires my attention. So, I think I will end the stream here. No bias. Why would I ever be biased? I would never, ever be biased. Me? Biased? Perish the thought. Hold on. I'm trying to look for someone to raid into. Oh, May streaming. Let's go raid into May. Hold on. Hang on. There's a lot of people streaming right now. There's a ton of people streaming right now. There's a lot of VSMP2 people streaming. There's so many people streaming right now. Oh my god. Right, hold on. Alright, let's go stream into May. Let's go raid into May. She's playing Peak. Oh, she wasn't joking about playing a lot of Peak. I'm tired. I only had like 3 hours of sleep. Me tired. Tell your sister hi from the Chips. Yeah, tell her the Chips say hi. Understandable fish, the one and only story was really cozy. We had to do the deep story analysis, alright? We had to do the story analysis. Yeah, and Inem needs to sleep. I'm so surprised he hasn't like dropped dead sleeping already. Hope the reverse meet and greet was fun. It was very fun. Thank you so much for the opportunity, Inem. Thank you for the singular fairy tale fish. Thank you, Nick. Thank you, Nick, for the super chat. Well, you listen. We're doing. It's like English class. When you read a story, you've got to analyze the story afterwards. And we analyze the story. You end up feeling less nauseous during the stream. Yeah, the nausea usually goes away like after like an hour or half an hour or an hour. So I just need to like struggle through it first, but it usually goes away afterwards the more longer I be awake. Thank you for the calm, soft, comfy chupa. Stop with the chupa! Oh, yeah, stop! No more chupa! I didn't. Oh my god, I'm not drinking from the tea anymore. Oh my god, and used so much energy. You love book club with fish? It's kind of like a book club, yeah. Maybe you should become an English teacher with the way we hyper-analyze the various... It's a hyper-analysis! I'm giving you guys free advice, because I know that you know, a lot of people suffer from... Unless you guys don't suffer from all the issues I was talking about. I just assumed you did. Because I thought, like, almost everyone I've met has suffered through these kinds of issues. So I had to... I feel like, you know, I like to give advice. Alright? I'm the book report you. What? I'm just trying to teach you guys English, alright? I realized a story that went on 5 different tangents. I didn't go on 5 different tangents. Not 5. You're gonna always remember the chupa chup. I'm leaving. Alright, okay. I'm leaving. We're gonna raid into May. Alright, chips. It's time to finish this. See you tomorrow for mouth washing. And if anyone's free after tomorrow's stream, any overclock memberships, feel free to hop over to Discord VC. We'll be playing some Fall Guys after mouth washing tomorrow. If you're free. Alright, bye! It's time to finish this. What's the trigger?